And then she started talking to me. She goes, "Oh, hey," and then she puts her hand on my leg.
Okay, see,
Right.
that's a bit odd.
She puts her hand on my leg.
That's a bit odd.
And she's talking to me, and her hand's just sitting there. And by the way, her boyfriend is like sitting right there, and she's talking to me. And then she starts doing these ones.
No, you're
while
lying.
she's talking.
You're lying.
Look at me. I swear to God. I swear to God.
Already cancelled. Already cancelled.
Hey, welcome everyone. It's Already Cancelled podcast, straight out of the Hills podcast studio, guys. Beautiful place. Love that. Love the zebra print. I'm all about the zebra print. Do you know there's people that have rooms that are like really exotic? Have you ever been in one of those rooms before?
What are you talking about?
You know those rooms? What are they called? Like a sex room. It would be something like a sex room, and it's got like this print in the back and
Why are you in a sex room?
Firstly,
neons
no.
and stuff. You've never been in one of those?
Never in a million. No, I've never been in one of
And
those.
like, there's no doors. When you walk through, it's just those things that fall to the ground.
Can I ask where
Like
you've walked?
beads.
Yeah, where have you been?
Oh, I'm not going to reveal who and where and why, but I've been at a place that has a specific room that you can dress up in different characters, and much like what Nishi's character's dressed up in today.
What character?
What character?
The smart character. Like,
No, these are blue lens glasses to protect my eyes. Supposedly, I mean, I don't know how much proof there is from the
Laptop?
blue light. Yeah.
You look very librarian today.
No, she looks very Indian Bridget Jones.
Okay, stop. Okay, this is okay. For those listening, this whole Bridget Jones thing has been going on for way too long. Whenever I wear a cardigan, whenever I wear a jumper, I become Bridget Jones. Like
I don't know why, but you just give off Bridget Jones vibe. Yes, please back me up here.
Well, I love Bridget Jones. It's a great movie. So, but I think a cardigan shouldn't automatically equal Bridget Jones.
It does. A cardigan, a coffee, and a book is fucking Bridget Jones.
What would you guys say my fashion sense is?
Bridget Jones.
No, but like
Bridget Jones with a bit of spice.
Yeah, I would if I had
spicy Bridget Jones. Thanks.
in one word.
Yeah.
Laid back.
Okay. Laid back. Yeah. Cool.
Laid back is your
It's
fashion.
chill.
sense.
It's a chill vibe. Yeah. Cool.
It's your like I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks about me.
Okay, that's that's a backhanded compliment.
it's more like I don't give a F what I think about myself.
Okay, wow.
No, I can't do
That
that.
escalated.
You actually have a very juxtaposing thing. One day you come in and you're fly as hell, and then the next day you come in looking like a fly. So it's kind of between the two.
Today's obviously
the fly day.
Today's the fly day.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Well then it's
Okay.
already cancelled. Make sure you hit and subscribe. Stay up to date with us, guys. We are pumping it. Been doing this for 5 weeks now, which is great. We've been running this new potty, already cancelled.
Yeah.
Let's get straight into this because there is some heavy things on the agenda today.
Yeah. I was just going to say, it's funny you brought up the zebra background because I wanted to bring something up. I only literally discovered this a day ago about animal privilege. But before we get into that, I want to talk about pretty privilege. Do you guys think pretty privilege exists?
Yeah, 100%. 100% pretty privilege exists.
Yeah.
We can't deny it.
I feel like there's no doubt that pretty privilege exists.
I mean, pure, clear example. The pretty girls will get into a club before any other girl.
I used to run a nightclub for 3 years, and the pretty girls would never have to wait in line.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
needed to get the good-looking ones in there quick.
And even for like jobs as well. I would imagine the pretty girl would get the job.
Certain industries or any industry?
No,
a
I
lot
don't
of the
think
entertainment industry, media
entertainment.
industry. When people got to look at it, they're not going to put a whopper on the screen. They won't. And
It's true.
it's the harsh reality of it.
It's true.
I think entertainment industry, yes. Like in terms of pretty privilege exists 100% because like if they're trying to sell a product, a lot of the time they try and have someone who looks a certain way, image, even, like, I don't know, acting's more specific. It can be anyone if you fit the bill. But pretty privilege in men exists as well.
100%.
Yeah.
Of course.
Like, but as men, have you experienced that like yourselves where like you've wanted to access something but someone who they deemed as like better looking got the job or got the gig?
Never.
Never?
I've never,
I think if you're a pretty person, you don't know you have pretty privilege. You just
Oh,
think
you
that
don't think you
everything
know.
just falls in your lap.
I don't think it's the same for guys. Being pretty isn't. I feel like being pretty isn't the end all and be all. Like I feel like being pretty as a girl, you can actually get really far in life just by having good looks. if you really wanted to use your looks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
for example, let's just use OnlyFans as an example.
100%.
If you're a good-looking chick, you could actually be a millionaire within your first month of OnlyFans.
Well,
No,
I mean, you do
but
have
see,
guys that have the fetishes for different types of girls that look different, right? Like you can
Yeah,
get
yeah,
that too. If if you have great looking feet, but you're a monster up top, do you know what I mean? It doesn't really matter.
What pretty, like, I'm trying to think of, like, I
don't think so though. Just go back to your OnlyFans point.
Yeah.
I think that's the perception, but it's actually the 0.01% that actually become successful in anything they do, right? And so with OnlyFans as well, just because there are so many pretty girls. Let's just say one of them decides to do OnlyFans.
Yeah.
There's a big chance that they're not going to be successful.
I know. Okay, it depends what I know a lot of girls out there who have very minimal following. Like, when I say minimal, I say they've probably got 10K followers on Instagram.
Yeah.
They're making more than your average wage on OnlyFans. I could literally name you 3 right now.
And what's their following on
All
OnlyFans?
from the Gold Coast. Huh?
What's their OnlyFans following? They have a big OnlyFans following.
Okay, so for example, you know what we were making last year on radio?
Yeah.
They were making more than I was. And these aren't like famous OnlyFans girls.
They're just in the like
I said,
Not
they've got
even in
they've
the,
got
like-
like 10 to 15K followers on Instagram.
It's a
And they're-
subscription. It's a
and they're
subscription
killing
model. I mean, it's affordable for someone, and then it times that by 1,000 people.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, imagine just being. How can you $10 a month if you have 1,000 subs, which I don't feel is hard for a pretty girl to get on OnlyFans. You're making 10 grand.
you don't
a month.
think a pretty man could? Well, I guess it's not
Yeah,
the
of course.
demographic.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But
You
men
gotta
do
remember,
OnlyFans.
men are the consumer.
Yeah, the men are the consumer in OnlyFans.
Like
Majority.
When you compare it, it's majority men that are the consumer.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Pretty privilege.
Well-
I feel like status is more important for a man than pretty privilege is.
And money.
Unless you're in the
Yeah.
entertainment industry, I guess. I think that's across
Yeah.
the board for men and
Yeah.
women to have, not every scenario, just certain things. Like for a photo shoot, maybe they're looking for,
Yeah, the entertainment world is a whole different one. Like, I've actually said to you guys, I want to get a Hollywood smile.
No.
Like, I want to get veneers because of pretty privilege in the entertainment industry. I'm telling you right now. Like,
Why does everyone get veneers?
So I've got like this little part of my tooth here that I don't like. My teeth. It like goes like
But
weird.
it's character, Yaz.
It is, but when you're talking about like a host of a TV show or some shit
Yeah.
like that on television, this could be the reason why I don't get it.
No, I don't think so.
Come on, Nish.
No, because you know what? Like, maybe, but what I hate though is like everyone is now getting veneers, and like I don't have anything against veneers. Well, you know what I do? Like, the one thing I have against it is when people completely just take away the essence of their smile.
Yeah.
Because there's some people that just lose their essence and they smile and they just look like a block of cheese. Like, it's just a big. It's just oh, you've got teeth. Like,
Yeah, like, whoa,
whoa, they're
calm
there.
down.
Yeah, I don't know.
But think of the person that, like, everyone's so against, like, a lot of people are against pretty privilege, right? But think of the pretty person.
What?
Think of how they feel.
Mm.
They're always the center of attention. They're always getting the job.
Yeah.
They're, like,
Must suck.
But that's a lot of pressure. Because then if they don't get the job, like, it must be difficult.
I don't know where you're
Shut
going
up.
with it. Okay, but like, what's interesting is pretty privilege also exists in the animal kingdom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. Rodents.
Ugh.
Yeah. Rats, mice, considered gross, right?
Yeah.
I mean, look, some people have pet mice, but mostly they're considered gross. But compare them to a squirrel. Oh, it's cute. Look with the little...
I've never seen a squirrel in my life, to be honest.
You
with
haven't?
In real life, no.
Yeah, but like the comparison, if you look thinking, like if someone
Why
said,
can't
hey...
you just compare it to a cat or something?
No, well, yeah, but I'm saying like just within the rodent family. Like they have their disparities,
Oh,
right?
gotcha,
A
gotcha.
squirrel and a rat. Then you have butterflies. And then you have moths.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
But then you have like the unique ones, like the tiger moth.
What the fuck is a tiger moth?
It's literally has the print of a tiger, but it's a moth.
That's pretty cool.
Is it pretty though?
Well, it's nice to look at.
So I guess.
But I get it. So it's all the colourful. It's pretty. It's whatever. We have this attraction to butterflies. You go, oh look, there's a butterfly. It's so beautiful.
So
Yeah.
a
then
butterfly.
you see a moth, you're like,
A
ugh.
butterfly and a moth are technically the same thing, right?
They're in the same family.
the same in
Same
family.
family.
I believe.
Now, can you imagine this? I want you to imagine this for a second. You find a butterfly in your room. Mm-hmm. You pull out the Mortein and you start spraying the butterfly.
See, I already just got a
Horrible, right?
horrible reaction.
But you'll do it to a moth though, wouldn't you?
I become the Terminator when it's like
That is-
spiders, it's cockroaches. I'll go crazy. But when it's a butterfly or a ladybug, I'm like,
You're a murderer.
You wouldn't gas
You're
it.
an absolute murderer.
but
I
you
wouldn't gas a moth. I'd just catch it and pay him for it.
No, but
back
I'm
outside.
saying majority of people would just kill it. They wouldn't overthink it.
I mean, to
But
be
a
fair,
butterfly, I feel like not many people.
But
majority
how
won't
often
kill
does
it.
a butterfly get into your house? And
I
if
wish they
if a
did.
butterfly came into your house, I'd be like, there's a spiritual meaning for this. And I'd search out what does a butterfly mean. Much like the wasp that came into my house the other day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably
how
you
is the-
shouldn't. You should probably get rid of the wasp.
No, I got rid of the
ASAP
nest.
Rocky.
I got rid of the nest.
Oh, there was a
They were
nest.
building a nest
How'd you get rid of the nest?
with a broom.
What? A wasp with a broom? A wasp nest with a broom?
They were starting. It wasn't a full complete building. It was
Oh.
still in its construction stage.
You're slack. Didn't even let him finish it.
It was behind my outdoor TV. As if I'm going to let that be there.
Yeah, 100%. You can't.
I got two
He's
little
got
kids,
kids.
bro.
Is it the
And
moth?
even if I didn't have kids, as if you want a wasp
I mean,
nest.
wasp,
You
yeah.
know, my brother's had one in his backyard for months.
Yeah, that's just
He's
awful.
got 2 babies, 2 kids.
You gotta
One
get rid
5-year-old, one
of
3-year-old.
it.
Something about that.
Why? They're not harming anyone.
Mine?
He's also got a dog that live in the back.
Yeah, but that could hurt them.
They both live in harmony. This is
No.
the problem with the world, guys.
Yeah, that's true.
This is the problem with the
There's
world.
hardly no harmony. However,
No,
we
but
are the superior race.
Yeah. Well, I had this weird, thought, and I saw it on a meme, but I'm like, oh my God, maybe I am a terrible human being. Like,
Oh,
you know,
no.
with spiders,
Yeah.
the meme said, it was like, wonder if that spider its whole life thought that you were its roommate. And then one day you go and kill it. And
Yeah.
I was like,
I can't kill spiders.
what if it's like a redback?
There was a spider.
Yeah, if it's deadly, it can affect you. Like I kill flies because flies vomit on your food.
Yeah. Now
So I
I'm,
would kill it.
Exactly.
Because I don't want vomit on my food.
I don't want to get sick.
I don't think fly vomit's
Yeah,
gonna
they do.
make- And it's not really vomit.
It is.
It's a little-
It is.
No, it's just acidic stuff from their stomach. It's not.
Oh, okay.
It's not actual
That's a cherry on
vomit.
top. A little bit of acidic fly
So
goo.
if a fly lands on your food, you're not eating the food?
100%.
That specific part, I would throw out.
Yeah.
Really?
Or I've got like a 1 second rule.
Really?
Like if it's like quick, it doesn't have time to vomit.
It's acid from a fly's gut.
It's not going to harm you in any way, shape, or form.
But if a butterfly vomited on my food, I'll be drinking that shit all day.
Pretty privileged.
Well, I went down the rabbit hole of this, right? Because I was like, this is true. There's pretty privilege everywhere.
Yeah.
I didn't get this. This actually blew my mind. There was a new study that found the concept of privilege, what we're talking about, but also the intergenerational transfer of wealth and resources. Which
What are you
exist.
talking about?
No, hold on.
Generational wealth in animal kingdom.
Intergenerational transfer of wealth and resources that exist in the animal kingdom. So I'm going to give you some examples of this. So the squirrel, right, which we were talking about before,
Yeah.
they transfer their stores of acorns, pine cones, all of that to their young. This actually leads, this leads to differential fitness outcomes among the squirrel's offspring. And these effects last for generations. Not the only one. There's so many more. The clownfish, they inherit the right to seek shelter in the largest and safest sea anemones. And this can access benefits for future generations.
So what? It's like a house. They pass down the house.
Yeah, the offspring of the spotted hyena inherit their social rank from their mothers, which gives them priority when it comes to access for food.
So that's like a monarchy. Like for
Yeah.
example, like she was the queen of the thing. So now
Oh, she was good at networking. She was like the Kris Jenner in the pack of hyenas, and now they're seen as the Kim Kardashians.
And okay.
so-
That's very interesting.
Different species.
I don't know
have
why I just saw
different-
hyena with a Kim Kardashian butt, but anyway, that's just all that came in my mind just then. Now that's very. It's like Game of Thrones in the animal kingdom,
Oh, 100%.
and you're passing down generational wealth.
Yeah,
I don't know why, but I just thought of a squirrel with spectacles on and his wife sitting there and they're doing their finances and
no acorns.
they have a trust company set up and they've got their beneficiaries as all their 4,000
accountant.
kids.
Oh, geez.
that's wild.
Yeah,
We're not so far apart, are we?
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It's all
it
very
comes
similar.
down to we are just animals as well, aren't we?
Yeah, we
Just a bit
are.
more conscious. I
It
like
happens
that.
everywhere. Animal kingdom and the human race.
Well, today I learnt. There you go. I like that.
The more you know, the more you know is what I like to say.
Let's get to some relationship stuff.
We've got a council corner that we're going to talk about today. We got a message from Stacey. By the way, it's a fake name. She said, "Please don't use my real name." So we're not using your real name.
So we picked Stacey.
And we're not.
I've
gonna be using
never
your real
met
name.
anyone named Stacey. That's a brilliant, good name.
Anyways, so Stacey,
Yeah.
not Anna, said, "I've been with my boyfriend for just over 6 months, and we've started hanging out together with my group of friends. I don't know if I'm overreacting, but I feel like he's been flirting with all my friends. He's giving them a lot of attention and there's a lot of playful teasing and banter. I've brought it up to him and his response was, I'm just being friendly, babe. Is she overreacting?
Did she say what he's what did you say he's doing again? It was just
So she said he's giving them a lot of attention
okay.
and there's a lot of playful teasing and banter.
Maybe he's just a friendly person.
Well, that's what he said.
You can just be a friendly person.
His response was, babe, I'm a
But
friendly
she's
person.
getting uncomfortable about that.
She's I
think that's her problem.
Okay, but hold on.
I think she's self-conscious and she needs to get more confidence.
Well, okay, but it depends what he's doing, right? So, okay, there's banter. I think that's fine. I think like he's just having a laugh with people. He's giving a lot of attention. I mean, that's where it gets a bit weird, like the attention part. Like if he's giving attention to one girl at an event for a very long time, that might be like, I would think that's weird.
I think it'd be weird that her friend is entertaining it if she thinks it's flirting.
Is that really a friend?
That's what I'm thinking, right? So if I thought my partner's friend was flirting with me a little too much or like it was getting out of hand, I would walk away from that conversation.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
From here, it seems like her friends haven't actually brought it up to her. So they might not think that this
So
is
they
This is
Yeah,
all in
okay.
her head at the moment.
at the moment, it's all in her head, right?
So they might not consider it flirting. I think, look, me personally, I think flirting is when you approach like let's say my husband approached a woman and he was, giving suggestive comments or like when I say suggestive comments, I mean like, wow, that rather than saying, oh, you look really beautiful, that's fine. But saying something
Yo,
like,
you got a fat ass.
but like more like
but when you have
that dress, like,
that's not
I don't
flirting.
know.
I mean, look, that's an extreme sense of flirting when you're like you're romantically and sexually.
No, but like if someone says
and showcasing attraction, because attraction is different. There's different levels of attraction too.
So let me just figure this out. Because I feel like a lot of my interactions with people sometimes get confused as flirting. I'm a very talkative person.
yeah.
I have a lot of banter no matter who I'm talking with. I love a little bit of banter and I love complimenting people. Now, I've even been accused of flirting with gay men. I'm not flirting with them. I'm just a friendly person to everyone. That's just how I am, right? But there was a situation, coming to think of it, I never got questioned for it, but would you consider this flirting with someone?
Okay.
It was my girlfriend's best friend's birthday. And then we got to the venue and we said hi to everyone. I said hi to her. She was wearing this beautiful dress. And I said, wow, you look absolutely gorgeous today. Is that too far? Did I go too far?
I think
No.
No, I don't think you did, but I think it's still
Not at all.
like I think it's the way you say it as well. Like
I did bite my lip and I went,
okay, so that's definitely.
Damn.
But see, that's
You
that.
look good in
you
that
look
jet.
gorgeous.
Oh, that's so weird. That's flirting.
That's flirting?
No, that's being a creep. That's not
No,
flirting.
but I think you can say to someone if they're attractive, like in a nice way, like, "Oh wow, you look dashing. Oh look, you look really handsome. Or you look really beautiful. Or look, you look stunning today." Like, what? Like, I think that's a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
But I think it's the way you say it. If you go, oh, that dress, that looks good. Like, that's weird. I think you can definitely dance between the line on those kind of
I just think
comments.
that we're focusing too much on compliments, and flirting is not just compliments. Flirting is complete playful interaction and funny.
What type of playful?
Making jokes. Sometimes it's all like putting digs on someone.
That's not flirting.
Yes, it is. It's called playful interaction.
But that's not flirting. I don't think that's
No,
flirting.
What I'm saying is that these are all the things that fall under the banner of flirting.
Okay, I want to look up a list of what people consider
There's
flirting.
subtle flirting, which is often indirect. Look, I've got it here. Often indirect, allowing individuals to express interest without making overt and direct advances. There's non-verbal cues. There's body language. There's sort of touching, eye contact, smiling,
Eye
gesturing.
contact?
Yeah, this is what it's saying. Eye contact, gesturing, mirroring the other person's movements.
I can't believe that's
There's obviously the verbal communication, which is complimenting, teasing, playful banter, and the use of double entendre. This sounds like a rap song. Double entendre and innuendos.
Okay,
There's a tone of voice. There's a softer speaking. There's laughter. There's playful.
There's
voice.
a whole bunch
There's
of shit.
Hold on.
so
Let's
much
go-
involved in flirting. But the point I think here is where's the line drawn? Yeah, if you're touching, I think that's a line drawn.
100%.
If you go over
course.
that's a line drawn, of course. Especially if you have a partner, you shouldn't be going and touching other people.
But hold on. Okay, we need to address a few of these things because this is actually wild to me. Because I thought flirting, honestly, I would consider flirting like suggestive comments or like, but not like. Okay, so you mentioned eye contact. Let's go to that one first.
Stop looking at me too long. You're flirting.
I don't think eye contact is flirting. I think that's just a good way to hold a conversation with anyone.
That's called effective communication.
Effective communication is having eye contact with someone, and just because you look for too long at someone while you're talking to them, that can't be flirting. That's that's wild to me. Do you guys consider that flirting?
Talking to someone for too long?
No, eye contact.
Talking to someone and they're just like giving you like deep eye contact. You would think they're flirting with you.
Eye contact's... I don't know. Some people are just creeps and they like to look into your soul. I wouldn't overthink it. Eye contact is a weird one though.
But I don't think that's flirting. That's just odd. Like some people like just don't look away, but that's just how they are.
Do you know? Oh God, this was such a weird situation. I was on a boat party with a friend of mine at the time, and his missus was on the boat. They're no longer together now, by the way.
Because
of the eye contact?
No, this was really weird, and to this day, like, I haven't even spoken about it.
Okay.
So we're sitting at the back of the boat. My mate at the time is sitting there.
Right.
Now he's not like a best mate or whatever. He's just an acquaintance. He's a friend of a friend, right?
Right.
I hope you're not describing me and Lorraine.
No, it's not you and Lorraine. He's sitting there. You know this person, by the way. His missus is sitting next to him, and I'm sitting next to his missus.
Okay.
And his missus is talking to me. And by the way, you know our friend Gene? He was to my left witnessing this whole thing.
Mm.
Okay.
And we're talking, and she's laughing or whatever, and then she's like, when she'd laugh, she'd like touch my shoulder or something. And I'm like, oh, this is weird, whatever. And then she started talking to me. She goes, oh, hey. And then she puts her hand on my leg.
Okay, so
right?
that's a bit odd.
She puts her hand on my leg.
That's a bit odd.
And she's talking to me, and her hand's just sitting there. And by the way, her boyfriend is like sitting right there. And she's talking to me, and then she starts doing the these ones.
No, you're
while
lying.
she's talking.
You're lying.
Look at me. I swear to God. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, what the fuck do I do? And I'm confused, and I'm looking at Gene, and Gene's going, like he's doing that. And the only thing that I could come down to was these guys were probably not in an open relationship, but they like to experiment and do certain things.
Swingers.
That's the only thing I could think of, and she was testing the waters because he was right there and he was looking and he was continuing.
I'd be
this
incredibly
conversation.
uncomfortable.
I
with
was
that.
so uncomfortable.
That'd be incredibly uncomfortable being on your side and being on his side.
But also you're his friend.
But
so
put
that's
it this
like,
way.
Yeah,
Put it this
like
way.
no, me and him are still on the terms. Like I'll message him and I'll talk to him and stuff.
But put it
That's
this way,
wild.
for Stacey, right? Stacey, for her, if there's physical touching going on, there's a problem. I think,
Yeah,
unless you guys have some sort of open arrangement,
Which they
whatever.
don't. Which they don't.
Which they clearly
Let's
don't.
talk about this physical touch thing, right? Because I know people, and like for example myself, right? When I'm talking to someone, on the leg is so uncalled for. But
Oh, yeah.
if I'm talking to someone and I wouldn't say I'm like a touchy-feely person, but what I tend to do is like I'll touch their shoulder, be like, oh, that's so funny, like you know.
You would not do that.
Okay, no, but I have like you know, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I have like where I'm like, I don't know.
I
Like,
feel like that's so out of your character.
I swear to God, if
touch
Nishi ever tried to
anyone.
do that to me, I would.
no, but it's not like
What the fuck's going on? You're not amnesia.
like if I've seen like let's just say a good friend of mine walks in as a guy and I'm like, oh my God, it's been so long.
Yeah,
and like,
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
grab his shoulder, like something like that. That to me is not flirting. That's
No,
just
of
like,
course not. I think what you got to understand, Nishi, is that you're looking at things so too isolated. You're looking at just one of the things. You've got to
Right.
look at it as a collection of all of these things happening at once.
Right,
Is what's
okay.
called flirting. Okay, when it's isolated, it doesn't mean flirting. It just means you've touched someone on the arm. That's it.
Okay, yeah.
And let's just address Stacey to help her out here. Is she overreacting or not? I think she's overreacting. She has spoken to him. He said it is friendship. I think she just got to keep her eye on it. And I think she does need to understand one thing, and it's an analogy here, is that you can't control where a bird lands. You can only control where the bird builds its nest. All right? You can't stop a bird from landing on a tree, but you can stop a bird from building the nest.
Yeah, you can. If it clip its wings, you can.
Yeah, but
Wait, where's this analogy going?
what type of bird would that be?
What's this analogy?
So you can't stop people having attraction to other people, and just because it's attraction doesn't mean it needs to ever get physical. Like
but
we
there's
are.
a
No,
lot-
hold on for a second. Technically, we are all right, and as weird as it sounds, us three are attracted to each other in the terms of we like our conversation, we like being around each other, we like hanging out, we like working together. We wouldn't do this if we didn't have a level of, and it's not, again, it's a different type of attraction. It's not the attraction of anything to do with sexual or anything to do with feelings like that. It's just the fact that we enjoy being around each other. That's what attraction is. That's what I think it is, right? But when it comes to a relationship, or even if you've been in a long-term relationship, you're still going to come across people that you like being around.
Yeah, of
But
course.
it doesn't mean you build a nest there. So this guy, I like being around your friends. I actually feel great and I feel like offering and I'm very friendly with your friends.
Yeah.
Just be careful if you're that guy or you're that girl, because you will create issues with your partner. You got to make sure if you are going to be extra friendly, or not extra friendly, if you are going to be friendly with your partner's friends, that you need to be extra friendly with your partner in the same interaction.
Yeah, but
don't leave them out, because this is what is going to create the thing. She or he is still your king or queen. Of course,
but if Stacey is seeing something where it is making her comfortable, like obviously banter, having fun, like eye contact, like, it's all good and well. But if she's noticing that he's, thinking it's casual physical touch, but it's making her feel uncomfortable, like there are certain times where you can, like, I feel like it's fair for her to feel a certain type of way.
Yeah,
it just depends what type of flirting is going on. Like, I never considered, and this is actually blowing my mind right now, that people consider flirting with that list that you just said. And I know what you mean. Collectively, it's different.
Yeah.
But still, like banter, laughter, just eye contact, all these things, I don't think that should be considered flirting at all, because as you said, people enjoy, regardless of male or female, spending time with certain type of people because their personalities match up, and that's so okay.
But look at this, for example, Yaz, your friend, our mutual friend, but first your friend for us, or even Eamon, right?
Yeah.
When I see them on the phone and you're doing FaceTime, I run over there to like
chat with
say
them,
something or whatever, because I like talking to them. They think they're great and they laugh at everything I do, and I don't know why.
We've got to talk about that, by the way. It's very weird, very flirtatious of you.
See, but that's what I'm saying. So that's flirting. That's a flirtatious thing, but it doesn't mean that we're attracted and we're going to do anything together.
I don't think
we're just under these definitions.
Yeah.
That's classified as flirting. But they're guys.
I think flirting is when, like, it becomes suggestive comments that go too far, or touching that goes too far.
No, that's beyond flirting.
But I think, but I think that's what flirting is.
I just want to give Stacey my out. I feel like her partner is very similar to me. When I am introduced to my partner's friends, I like to go above and beyond. Because end of the day, if I'm good on their side, then they're going to be good on my side, and then the friendship circle and the support of the relationship stays strong. Yeah, and I feel like that's what he's doing. Yeah. I feel like he's just trying to get in their good books. So I think there's nothing to worry about.
How long did they say they were together?
Just over 6 months.
Okay, they're still very young. Yeah, it's still a very young relationship.
He's trying to impress your friends.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't overthink it.
If it's something that's happening still 2 years later,
then it's norm. You don't consider it normal.
But you should
it just depends.
Healthy
what
competition
is.
as well.
No.
You know what it comes down?
Is it bad for me to say
keep her on the toes?
That's horrible.
What are you trying to say?
No,
just letting you know your bestie kind of enjoys our conversation. So
but okay, look, like in all honesty, like you do have to be considerate of your partner in these types of situations, and he should be considerate. Even though he's very friendly, he should also be considerate.
Yeah, of course.
So just have that open line of communication.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, hopefully that's helped you out, Stacey. I want to get into a conspiracy theory that no one talks about. It's out there. You see the footage. You see the proof in inverted commas. Giants. Actual giant human beings existed. I don't know, 5,000, 6,000 years ago, whatever the time they say they've found bones. They've found skeleton structures of beings that are like 30 foot. I don't know how long that is in meters. I only saw it.
That's fucking huge.
Like 30 feet is what?
We're not talking like your Shaquille O'Neal sizes. We're talking triple, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so hold on, 30 feet in meters. So if you're in the States, you'd know what 30 feet is.
I definitely believe
if you run the
exist.
metric system, it's a bit bigger. It's whatever meters are in 30 feet.
I believe they definitely
it's smaller.
existed.
It's not bigger.
a higher number.
Well, didn't you find something
a lower number
earlier, Yaz, that like they discovered
Hold on for a second.
bones?
I'm trying to find out from feet.
I think no one's internet's working right now.
Yeah, I'm just reconnecting.
Yeah, no, I found something earlier when we were talking about this.
9 meters. 30 feet is 9 meters.
I think the biggest skeleton ever found was 25.5 feet.
Oh, there you go. So
Which is a bit. Take a meter off.
Yeah.
Take a meter and a half off.
Let's get precise. 7.62 meters. Ridiculous.
That's fucking huge.
Now, the average human's probably about 2 meters maximum. Not even.
The average
100,
human?
180. 180.
170.
170. Well, that's whatever Yaz is.
And that's the average man. I'm not 170. Don't ever insult me like that.
That's not an insult if someone's 170.
I am 182. Thank you very much.
I'm 184.
No, you're not. That's like 6'1". You are not 6'1".
I'm taller than you.
No, you're not. Shut up.
Oh, who
Okay.
cares?
If anything, I'm either taller than you or the same height as you.
Yeah, I'll take the same height. You are not taller than me. Don't ever tell anyone that again in your life.
Wow.
You're worse than a guy that lies on his dating app. Fucking.
So-
I'm 6'2". No, you're not.
Anyhow,
A lot of people say, like, with these discoveries of the skeletons and whatnot, that it's all fake. And
I've
that
read that.
and they discredit it all the time.
who's going to spend that time building a 7 meter long skeleton and then putting it underground and then digging it back up and saying, look what I found? Like, who's going to do
I
that?
feel like a lot of people.
Really?
Yeah. A lot of people that want to be like they want their 15 minutes of fame in the
People do
industry they're in.
anything for fame, yeah. So,
Well,
it wouldn't
look, here's the
surprise
thing,
me.
right? This is the thing. If there was giants, it would explain a lot of the ancient world. It would explain how pyramids were built because they would be able to lift that stuff.
That's true. How many tons is like
A
one
lot
of
of-
those stones
in the
equivalent
pyramids,
to? Yeah,
like 12 tons.
yeah, ridiculous.
Like I'm
It's
not
a stupid amount.
I'm
Yeah.
saying that one giant would pick up a 12-ton thing, but you don't know. Like,
4 giants.
Four giants.
One on
Yeah.
each corner.
yeah,
You might get away with it.
yeah, 4 or 5. All right, boys, let's go. And they just. Dum,
So
dum,
I've just
dum.
Googled for the sake of it, biggest skeleton ever found that
Yeah.
hasn't been debunked, right?
okay, that hasn't been debunked.
It hasn't been debunked properly. So this human was named Tutoboshus and was discovered in the year 1613. Very long time ago. 18 feet underground, and it was referred to as in the Giant's Field or some shit, whatever it is. Anyways, how tall is this thing? I don't know. But they assume that it might be elephant bones,
Elephant bones.
but they haven't
arranged
come
as
to
a man's bone.
but they haven't come to a conclusion.
But you know what
That sounds so dumb. Why would someone arrange elephant bones as a human? Like, why? That just makes no sense.
It doesn't make sense.
But what you got to look at is all the ancient texts and myths. I'm not sure if that's what you were going to touch on.
No, I was saying something else, but go ahead.
Well, you got all the biblical references
Right.
of the Nephilim.
Yeah,
Have you heard about the
the
Nephilim?
Nephilim. Yeah, I
These
have.
are the people from planet Nibiru.
Huh?
Planet Nibiru? Is Nephilim the planet Nibiru?
What is
What's
Planet
Planet
Nibiru?
Nibiru? Sounds like
Oh my
out of
god!
Star Wars,
oh my
bro.
god! Oh my god! Planet. Okay. Have you heard of Planet Nibiru?
Because like you had me at Nephilim, but Nibiru I'm lost.
There's a planet.
What do you mean there's a planet?
There's a planet. Now, this is a theory, right? It's called the planet X or whatever.
Okay.
There's a planet that orbits the sun differently to how all the other planets do. And on that planet is a specific type of being that apparently created the human race, or at least merged with the human
have heard of
race.
this.
That made humans to mine gold, so that because gold helps them run their energy on their planet or helps them do something on their own planet, and they come and revisit Earth every 20,000 years or something.
Yeah.
And they are giants. And when they came, a couple of their royalty people stayed on Earth and actually started to have sex with the humans. And that's one of the stories how they say, why?
He's your mate.
Don't look at me like I'm believing it. I'm reciting
you know why
to
I was
you.
like, why this sounds familiar? Because he's told me this exact story before.
Over a coffee.
Yes.
Anyways,
No, but
continue.
this is like they say that these are the things that were mentioned in the Bible as well.
Yeah.
The Nephilim people. So they're trying to say connected that they are the same person.
Yeah.
The same race. They come here. They were the gods or the sons of the gods here, and that they built everything. They built all the ancient stuff, and they actually used us to mine gold, and we're actually all just slaves of these people.
So and we're still slaves of these people.
Well, that's what the conspiracy states, that they'd be returning. You know what I mean?
Very soon, right?
Okay.
Something like
they
that.
Can you imagine if it actually happens and Keith will be like, I told
No,
you
but
so.
do you know?
I'd be spewing.
Funny enough, on the theory of humans were brought to Earth, do you
Yeah.
know there's actual scientific evidence that kind of suggests we don't belong here?
What do you mean?
Put it this way. When you go outside, do you get burnt by the sun?
Yeah, that's one of the that's one of the scientific evidence.
Yes, you do.
Why hasn't evolution allowed us to not get sunburnt? That's the first one. The second one, majority of back problems in adulthood, which I think it's like a 70 or 80% of humans after the age of 30 start suffering from certain back pain.
Is that because of gravity?
It's because of gravity. So why haven't we
Or
evolved?
not because we're sitting like this?
No. So gravity is actually one of the main issues of back pain. Shit, I could be making this up. Right?
Yeah, but 8 out of 10 people.
I heard this
8 out of
somewhere.
10 people in the
Probably
US.
can.
Listen, 8 out of 10 people in the US will experience lower back pain in their lifetime.
Yeah, and majority of that, from what I've heard from somewhere else, can't
Cross-
recall where.
Yeah, but like
it's
we have
because
such
of
bad
gravity.
habits
It's because of gravity.
as well. Like people, the way you see how people like you used to get mad at me all the time when we're at radio, and you'd be like, "Why are you sitting like that, looking at your phone?" And I
Oh,
would like,
yeah,
you
that
know,
was bad.
like we all tend to do it. Like
Okay, all I'm saying, this is what's weird about this theory, is that nearly every single mythology talks about there being giants. You've got the Greek that talk about the Titans. You've got the Native American tribes that have legends of giant beings.
yeah,
So like, I mean, hey, that's just two I can mention, but and that's right in front of me. But a lot of these, even I think even the ancient Asian stuff as well refers to giants living here on the planet.
You
now,
know-
how does that change everything?
Well, okay, Keen's got a point in the sense that it's really odd. Like, for example, like dinosaurs and well, we know dinosaurs exist, sorry, dragons, like mythological creatures that are across the world in their own, and they're depicted in their own way through their own storytelling. That's kind of crazy. Like that can't be a coincidence that these stories get passed on from generations all in all different parts of the world when we
Yeah.
didn't have globalization, when we didn't
It's
have
true.
that. And how is that such a consistent story that is now past generations and generations and generations, right? Like,
There's got to be some truth to
like
it.
how did people come up with that one idea across the world multiple times with different mythological characters, mermaids, like all these things?
The mermaids is the weirdest
The
one.
weirdest one.
Mermaids is the weirdest one.
Yeah. So
I 100% believe there are mermaids.
Every sailor out there, no matter what country they're from or what continent they're from, they've never crossed paths in their lives. They talk about the stories of mermaids. Half man, half
And they
fish.
hear the singing. They hear the singing.
That's so weird,
yeah.
bro.
Or like the Bigfoot. I don't know if that's across
Yeah,
the world though.
yeah, Bigfoot. But all I can say
Fairies?
as well is that there's this thing called whatever will happen, or whatever you think can exist does exist, and it's true. I think that what's like, and you know what? Even if they did exist, how does it change our life? Well, all it changes is that we've been lied to, or at least there's been a cover up. So what does that mean? What do we do now?
Well, that would be huge though. If there was a massive cover up, it changes history.
There's
like, of
always
what
covers
we've,
up.
You know,
Everything is a cover up. Everything, because there's again, you got to understand. There's about 10,000 people across businesses, governments, royalties, royalty people, royal people, CEOs, Hollywood. All these people are all going to the same parties, doing the same thing, hanging out, and cutting the same business deals with each other. And then there's 8 billion people that they're injecting things to. And so this is what and everything they want, everything that's going on in that whole system is purely to have profits, power, and control. That's it.
yeah, there's
The
definitely
CPP.
certain families that run the world. Have,
Not just families. No, there's like there's a group, there's a whole. I'm not saying Illuminati. No. I'm saying like, if you were the head of Hollywood and you were the head of the pharmaceutical companies and I was the head of governments, we'd all work together.
Yeah.
because we all hang out together. So
Yeah.
I'm going to call you and go, bro, you go, oh, bro, I want to, I want to. You say, because you're a pharmaceutical company, we have this new drug. It's going to make us millions of dollars. Need to get it approved. I'll approve it. And then you go to him and you say, make a movie about it that makes
paints it in a good
and a
light.
good picture,
Right,
in a good
right,
light.
right.
And then 8 billion people see that movie or whatever, see that movie.
It's a lot of people seeing a movie.
That's
But you know what I mean? Like the market sees
box
the
office
movie,
hit.
and then all of a sudden you're making money, I'm making tax money, and then you're getting profits of the money as well.
Everyone's a winner.
Like it makes sense. And if you were in that 10,000, would you do the same thing?
Why do I feel like Ken's planned this out? That was too specific and spot on.
Specific.
Have you been planning some shit, Ken?
You can just.
Are you a Nephilim kid?
You can just see it. It's not hard to see. I'm sorry, but it's not.
No,
hard to see.
I think there's some truth to that for sure. Like in terms of, greedy people control higher ups. Like,
or we could just be all paranoid people, and all this is a load of shit.
I love how we went from giants to fucking
because we went to the cover ups and all that stuff. But all the giant could just be. It could just be someone arranging the stuff. It could just be, myths.
Well, I wonder when we're going to find this all out. It has to be at some point where all the truth comes out.
Well, a lot of people say that the ascension to understanding is on our doorstep. It's happening now. And it happened because of a particular thing that the whole world went through 3 years ago.
Oh.
That was just that was as part of the phase of unlocking understanding and being able to see that, hey, there's something else going on here. Because before that, you wouldn't know about the 10,000 people that run it.
The woke generation.
No, wait, there's two different things. There's the woke and then there's the awakened. Don't get those confused.
The woke are the annoying ones, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
They are the annoying
The awakened ones are the ones that
are making
are
changes.
waking up to this shit and going, what's going on here? There's something bigger going on. There's giants. I've seen one. No, I haven't, but hypothetically.
Well, who knows? Who knows?
So do you believe giants existed, Yaz?
Yeah, I do.
Nishi, do you believe giants existed?
Yeah, I actually do.
I'm a biblical person too. You got to remember that.
That's true.
So, like the story of David and Goliath. Goliath was
a giant,
a proper giant. They actually reckon they found his remains, Goliath's remains.
Did they find the?
They found bones 3,000 years ago that fit the description of Goliath in the area that David and Goliath existed in the. What do they call it? Let me just find it.
That's pretty wild.
The Philistines.
Do you know that they changed BC to BCE?
It's always been BCE, hasn't it?
No.
I thought it was BC.
No, they changed it to BCE.
What's the E?
Error.
Error.
So now it's not before Christ anymore. It's before Common Era.
What?
Meaning before. Wow.
Before.
It's now called BCE because not everyone's Catholic.
Okay. Oh, well, it is.
Sometimes this world just confuses me.
Hey, if you're not Catholic, why would you say before
they can
Christ?
have their own term if they want. Why not?
Well, because Christ existed. It's not a man-made story. There was a person existed named Jesus. It was before his existence. It's not.
But it's so crazy how we go. But that's the point that we start counting forward. It's just crazy to think of the impact that had.
Wild, eh?
Yeah, crazy times. All right, cool. Well, I believe in giants as well.
Okay.
Can I ask one question before we wrap things up?
Yeah.
I just saw it on social media and it was such a good question that I wanted to ask Evnisha.
Okay, what?
Evnisha, would you rather be on minimum wage for the rest of your life?
Right.
Or have $1 million a year, but there is a snail that is constantly chasing you, and if it touches you, you die?
So minimum wage, or I have $1 million, but there's a snail that
$1 million a year.
A year, but it wants to kill me.
Yeah, and it's an educated snail, but it's just a snail.
I reckon.
But if it touches you, you die.
And you can't kill it?
It's constantly hunting you.
You can't kill it?
No, you can't.
If it touches you, you die. So if you try to kill it...
Well, can't you use a pole?
Yeah.
I'll take the $1 million a year, guys.
I'll take the $1 million a year. I think I could take on a snail.
Throw salt at it?
I never thought about that.
Yeah. Just get a gun and shoot it.
He was like this, you're messed up with the snail. No, I would
it's
obviously...
It's a snail. It's not like it's going to dodge it.
Yeah. And how fast is it going to go?
It's very slow. But
speed.
if it catches up to you, if you forget about it one day because it's so...
No, I'll get it on the first day.
You wouldn't be able to sleep.
I would literally hire bodyguards with my money and I would get them to assassinate the snail. That snail is gone. I'll go John Wick on that snail.
Never thought about killing the snail. I don't kill insects, guys. Leave me alone. I don't kill bugs.
Anyone got a motivational quote before we wrap up?
No, I just oh yeah, go ahead.
I have one.
Go on.
Wait, I said this to you the other day, Ken, and I really liked it. Let me get it so I don't screw it up.
Okay. He's going as slow as a snail.
Yeah. Oh, no, wait.
Can you just make one up?
Oh, here it is.
Okay.
This is it's like my favorite one. Are you ready?
Yep.
just remember, guys, a smooth sea never made a skilled sailor.
I like that. You need to have turbulent weather and turbulent times to become who you're supposed to become.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
How good is that?
That's actually very good. Yeah.
My favorite quote I've ever done.
And we'll leave you with that. Go have a great rest of the day or night or wherever you are, what time it is, and make sure you hit subscribe to keep up to date with Already Cancelled.
Bye.
Take care, everyone. Bye.
Already cancelled.
If you like the podcast, prove it. Like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to leave us a cheeky review.